do you think if in the worst case scenario, if ASF do enter the US, and like you said, knock on wood, would right now, do you feel pretty confident on a very quick and effective response based on what you know from the regulation side and also from the disease? Or there is also a chance they could get a little out of control for a period of time?
You know, Martin, that's a hard question to answer. But from my experience and from knowing the systems that I enjoy working with, of course, I enjoy working with everybody, but those that I've been able to work very closely with, I can see that everybody within each system is willing to help and fast. You know, if you tell producers you need to depopulate this site tomorrow, they'll do it. My concern is speediness of communication between the regulatory agencies and the producer and the implementation. You know, because there's still a lot of gray areas. For example, as how are we gonna kill all these pigs if we need to, right? What are we gonna do with all these carcasses, right? Are we gonna bury them? How are we gonna move them? Those kind of details are still not very well understood. But once you have that organized, I know that producers, because they do that all the time, you know, whenever they have an emergency at their barns, they'll solve things. They're really good at solving things. An example of it is whenever you have a snowstorm, some people have issues with their roofs and they lose half a barn. Well, they will depopulate the barn right away. And they will solve the problem. The same thing with ASF, you know, they're really good at implementing and fast. So I think that once we have that organized, I think we're gonna have a good shot at, because we will only have one shot, you know, at this, you know, because knowing the amount of pigs that we move today across the state line, it can get very tricky. However, I think we have a great group of veterinarians out there that are training their people. Of course, we can always be better at everything, but I think we may be in a better position than some other countries. So I'm more optimistic, Marcio, if that emergency occurs. But before getting to the emergency, I'm also optimistic on. I think we have somewhat a good system in place on how to keep that virus out, you know. Even though history has told us that, it's been in the Americas, especially in the Caribbean and in South America. I mean, ASF got there. It looks like history told us that it came through a commercial airliner. Well, today I think we've been doing a little bit more of the education. Yeah, we may have some, every now and then, people trying to smuggle pork into the US, right? I think we're getting better at it. So I think everything is falling into place. I hope we don't have to see ASF in the US. You know, that would be bad for the whole industry. But if we get it, I think our team of veterinarians, of state veterinarians, everybody's kind of getting in the same page as far as what needs to be done. Yes, we know that there's differences between states, and every state wants to do their own plan. I think that's in the process of getting simplified, I hope, for the benefit of the industry. So I'm more on the optimistic side, you know, but more on the optimistic side, especially on the way that we may be able to keep it out.